Hey everyone, this is Dr. Dolopo, and today we're going to talk about how you choose your acupuncturist, how you can choose your acupuncturist. If you look at the content of this YouTube channel, it is about the different symptoms that I've been treating. This is my 26th year in practice. I started making videos with my old YouTube channel in 2006, and the majority of the videos are just Chinese medicine, talking to acupuncture patients on different topics, everywhere from pain to different internal health issues, fertility. And I thought today I'd do a video for the person. I've been having some new patients lately, and some of them are new to Chinese medicine, and some of them are what I call veteran acupuncture patients who are looking for a new acupuncturist. They might be new in town, or their acupuncturist left, and they are looking for someone new to take care of them, help them in the triage, either triage with their Western medical doctor, or that acupuncturist may be their primary healthcare provider. In California, we are primary healthcare providers. You don't need to have a referral from a medical doctor. So I wrote down a list of 10 things, but we're going to just, if you don't watch the whole video, which I hope you do, but I always tell people, looking for the right acupuncturist, and when you find that person, it's not too different than finding your hairstylist, someone that you really like, you feel safe with, they're going to deliver results. But if you want to be a little more nitty gritty, I wrote down 10 things. So again, if I were to just break down 3, do you like that person? Do you feel safe with them? And are you getting results with that person? I learned this since starting to study in 1994, and I was 20 at that time, so I'm kind of dating myself, but I give you these dates so you understand how much I know about this medicine and how passionate I am about this medicine. Many people hire me. I've learned these things over the years through the School of Hard Knocks. The majority of patients I'm able to build great rapport with over the years. Considering that this is my 26th year in practice, if you Yelp me, if you Google me, if you go on my Facebook or any of my social media, you can see how many people have loved me. That's not to say that, of all these 5 stars, there might be a handful of 1 stars, and it's okay. You can't please everyone, and that's just, realistic, and it's okay if you're an acupuncturist watching this and you're newer in the game than I am. My husband's in IT, and he says, those 1-star reviews are very valuable because it shows that you are real, and these are not fake reviews. And you just can't please everyone. And I've learned the hard way how to be authentic, and how to build rapport with patients, and how to create clear expectations. And the majority of people are going to love me, and they're going to be some people where I'm just not their cup of tea, and it's okay. So when you're searching for an acupuncturist, and I always tell people, I'm not being facetious, if you want to hunt and hunt for an acupuncturist, if you want to shop around, go and talk to 20 different people, because until you find the person that you feel really connected with, for some people some people are a little more picky, and it's okay. So who do you like? Do you feel safe with that person? The majority of people who come here, they do follow-up treatments with me, and they tend to, I'll fix something, and years down the road, they may still keep me. I'll call her M. She came tonight. I hadn't seen her in months, but in the beginning of her therapy many, many years ago, I was seeing her very frequently. So it's an honor when people stay with me, even if I only see them once or twice a year, when something flares up and they know I'm going to take care of it right away. So do they feel safe with me? I, will still drop the ball. It doesn't happen very often, but someone may feel not heard, not safe, and I recalibrate, and I have to remember why I do what I do. And do you deliver results? If you get Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com, it's all results. If you want to know what acupuncture does, I send people to Acupuncture.com. It's vetted. All the legal and everything has already been explained there. So I'm not going to explain on my website exactly what acupuncture does. I'd rather show you what the results are. So, in a nutshell, if I were to just break it down in 3, that's what it is. Now, if you want to, really go into the details, then you can watch the rest of the video. But I hope that part really helps you. So for those of you who want to geek out a little bit and want to know what my opinion is when you're looking for a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, a doctor of oriental medicine, Eastern medical doctor, whatever their title is, these are some of the traits, and I'll just run through them really fast. Does your acupuncturist love what they do? Do they have experience? Do they act competent? Are they willing to make time with you, invest time with you? Do you feel heard? What are your expectations? Do they make their expectations clear? Does your acupuncturist make their expectations clear? Are you willing to do the work? Has your acupuncturist outlined the strategy for healing clearly? And do you feel safe? So let's start with number 1. Does your acupuncturist love what they do? Do you think it's important? I would not go to a hairstylist who doesn't love what they do. It's really important, in my opinion, that you choose someone. You can feel their love for their, you can tell if a music artist doesn't love their music. You can tell if someone's just doing something as a job. It's always nice when you go into a cafe and the person, I used to be a barista, when a person just loves being at their job, or is it just like you're a number? No one wants to be treated like a number, even when you're passing through TSA or, you're at a Starbucks or your local cafe, or, who are the teachers in your life who have invested time with you? Were they a teacher just for their paycheck, or were they a teacher because they really wanted to make an impact? So the same thing with being an acupuncturist, an herbalist, an Eastern medical doctor. Is this person in love with what they do? And I can tell you, I mentioned that I've been in practice for 26 years, but I really started this journey in 1994 when I started studying Chinese medicine. And it still surprises even me that I still love what I do. So when you're searching for an acupuncturist, look for someone who really loves what they do. So number 2, do they have experience? Now, when I was an intern, that was in the 90s, and then when I started practice in 1999, obviously I didn't have any experience. So if you have something that doesn't, require this is my honest opinion, if you think in your heart of hearts that your condition is very difficult to treat, you might not want to go to a new acupuncturist. Or if you do, be very patient with them. As a person progresses in their journey as an acupuncturist, the cases get harder, and which is good because then it kind of pushes, iron sharpens iron. The disease, the symptoms of the patient can cause that acupuncturist to learn more. So one of my best cases was treating someone with a brain hemorrhage and migraines, and that neurologist said the only way you can treat this is with surgery. So you can go on my website and you can look up, or you can text me at 619-341-4341, and I'll send you the video and I'll send you the testimonial for a woman who had brain hemorrhage and migraines, and she didn't have to have surgery. Now, that was treated in 2020. She started in February, wrote her testimonial 11/11/2020. Now, that's 8 months. If she saw me in 1999, I would not have known how to treat her. So in certain cases, especially if it's chronic or if it's a very severe case, if it's challenging enough for very competent Western medical doctors, you might want to consider an acupuncturist, a Chinese medical doctor with a little more experience. So I always tell people, you're catching me at 26 years, not at 6 years, not at 16 years. So it's important for new acupuncturists to get a lot of exposure, but it's okay to say, I've tapped the limitations. I'm at my limits on how to treat. And so that's when you may want to get mentorship from someone like me or another acupuncturist who knows exactly how, or has some kind of working knowledge on how you might want to proceed with some of the more challenging cases. You got to start somewhere, but I'm talking to patients right now. If you have a very challenging condition, you might want to consider hiring someone with more experience than someone straight out of school or even in their first 5 years. I really didn't know what I was doing until 10 years into practice. So I started practice in 99. I started making videos in 2006. And I would say a lot of those videos, I looked very competent. I was very confident. And I think a lot of that had to do with my teachability index, wanting to heal people, and had great mentorship. So if you're an acupuncturist watching this, you might want to consider hiring someone with mentorship, who can mentor you. Again, my text number is 619-341-4341. I'm based in Orange County, but I mentor people all around the world, and that's a separate website. So number 3, for you people who are wanting to find an acupuncturist, do they act competent? So I would want to get my hair done by someone who knows exactly what to do. Okay? I don't want them just, figuring things out and not looking competent. If someone, I wanted home births. All 3 of them ended up C-sections, and it's okay. If you go on my website, I've helped a lot of women have home births after C-section, VBACs, and I deliver those 80+% of the time. My journey wasn't that case. That wasn't without trying, but I do have amazing doulas and midwives that worked with me. I had the whole setup at home. Anyways, when I had the surgery, I mentioned the surgery because when I had the surgeries, that was major surgery. I would want someone cutting me open who's extremely competent. So just something to consider. If you're going to have robotic or open heart surgery, I'm sure you'd want to have someone who really has faith and the skill set in what they do. Number 4, are they willing to invest time with you? If you go on my website and you look elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and you see the longer testimonials, so one of the most recent testimonials is if you, go to, I love this testimonial. It's extremely long. She was very, very, just look up upper cross syndrome and scapular dyskinesis. If you search for that, or if you text me, I'll send you that newsletter. That testimony is very long. I pride myself in the testimonials that are very long because that usually means that I put in time with that person. It wasn't just neck pain. It was a neck pain with severe lifelong issues. And so when someone writes something that long, they're sharing, that's because I spent time with them. If you were to study my work as an acupuncturist, these are people who had chronic and severe pain, and they put in a lot of time with other modalities, and they found me, and she said that's when her life changed. When you're looking for an acupuncturist, in essence, you're looking for a healer. I would argue as an acupuncturist to my colleagues that when you invest time with your patients, they're going to give you in return their time. So this is my honest opinion. Find someone who's going to invest time in you. You want someone who's going to listen to you. I've dropped the ball. Even till this day, I still drop the ball. And then I have to recalibrate and remember why it is what I do. And a lot of it is listening to people and making sure they feel heard. So I think it is very important that a person invest time in you as a patient. Okay. Do you feel heard? So make sure you feel heard, you feel listened to, but also make sure that you are getting the person to hear you correctly. You need to convey what it is that you want. We're all human. We're not always perfect. I'm not always perfect. And when I drop the ball, I make sure, okay, why is it that I do what I do? Healing requires listening, okay? And for you acupuncturists, we have 4 pillars in our healing modality. That includes listening. So I think I'm going to just leave it at those 5, and I'll do a part 2. And I just want you to know that in choosing an acupuncturist, you want to make sure that you have an amazing rapport with that person. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself looking for other people again. And so it's better to create a great rapport in the beginning, because you may find yourself investing some time, your money, your hopes, your intentions, your emotions. And if you choose the right acupuncturist, you can create a great relationship with them and help you discover who you are and heal from some of your most, some of the most traumatic times in your life so that you can heal. All right, Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com. If you do choose to hire me or any of my Elements in Harmony healers, our neuromuscular sports massage therapists with over 20 years experience, our other Chinese medical doctors, we would be very honored. You can text us at 619-341-4341. Our office landline is 949-305-1703. I'll do a part 2 to break down the other 5. All right, you take care.